was one of the finales ever. Rick Famuyiwa with back-to-back bangers to end the season, and while the season finale was not perfect by any means, I think it hit all the right high notes. So let's talk about the finale to season 3 of The Mandalorian. Warning, I'm going to be going into spoilers, so if you don't want any spoilers, make sure you drop a like, follow, but then come back later. There is a lot to talk about, so let's quickly recap the episode. So we pick up where we left off in last week's episode, with the Mandalorians with the back against their walls and Din being captured. Din manages to somewhat escape, but he's saved at the last second by his son Grogu, as a small group of Mandalorians that we see have retreated as they wait for Axe Wolf's backup. I just love this shot. Din and Grogu go on this nice father-son exploration of Moff Gideon's base, where they find a bunch of his clones, to which they quickly revoke the breathing rights to. Rest in piss, bozos. And I really just love this whole father-son moment between the two of them. Bonding and violence. Axe Wolves makes it to the ship to get the backup, and I mean, look at this beautiful shot of Mandalorians and their ships. Breathtaking. But while they all go for backup, coming for the strike, and Axe Wolf stays back to try to fight against this attack. Meanwhile, we get this badass hallway action fight scene that Daredevil from Netflix would be proud of Din taking out some guards through these different levels of shields, who R5 is simultaneously taking down as Din is fighting these guards. It's really a badass action sequence, and I love how Din picks up items from each of the guards he takes out, looking like Cap in Endgame with the hammer and the shield. I love this little moment of this little guard droid going up to R5 like, yo, you're under arrest. R5 sparks the shit out of him and he runs away, which lucky enough was just in time for Din to take out all the guards. Sometimes you need to admire the work you just did. And then the little cop droid brings his other buddies because he's a bitch and tries to jump R5. I love how R5 is just sitting there like, okay, and he just says, fuck it, I'm out. Remember, fists and words hurt, silence kills. But Moff Gideon does not like this. We get a nice little fight between Din and Moff ain't playing no games. I mean, just look at this sheer disrespect of this punch to the helmet. And in the middle of the fight, we hear, "Hola!" These damn Praetorian guards love to make an entrance. All that was missing was Stone Cold's intro. But just as it looks like Din's about to suffer the same fate as Paz, Grogu steps in and they chase him. And just as Gideon looks like he's about to finish off Din, he's doing what to Din? Bo-Katan steps in to fight Gideon, and Din goes to help Grogu. We get a pretty cool fight sequence between Moff Gideon and Bo-Katan. Really get to see that darksaber put to use for one last time. And just as Grogu is cornered, much like he did for Din comes in and helps him. We get a nice father-son taking out of the guards. Meanwhile, Axe Wolf's going full bonsai. The ship is crashing, and he's gonna crash it right into Moff Gideon's base. During the fight with Bo-Katan, Moff Gideon destroys the darksaber. What? Yeah, it's gone. And right as Axe Wolves drops the ship, don't worry, he makes it out. Will the real Moff Gideon finally die? Rest in piss, bozo. He gets blown to smithereens. And for a split second, the entire screen is engulfed in flames before we get this sick-ass reveal of Grogu saving Din and Bo-Katan from the flames. Whew, badass shot. We finish up with Ragnar finally being baptized, Din adopting Grogu, who is now Din Grogu, and officially follows the creed. This is the way. Bo-Katan lights the Great Forge as Mandalore is back, baby. Din tells Carson Teva that he's going to be doing off-the-books work for the New Republic in exchange for parts of IG-11, to which he makes his triumphant return to Navarro. And the season ends on this beautiful shot of Din Djarin and Din Grogu, father and son, finally happy for once.